when you grow up? Because I've already been asked it multiple times, and when I was little, it always seemed pretty clear. I wanted to be a dancer, a singer, and an actress at the same time, and although it sounds crazy now, it was obvious to me then. But then it changed, and then it changed again, and I realized that my dream was changing as I was growing up. And in junior high, I wanted to be a doctor. But when I was asked that question once again, I didn't feel like saying doctor. I didn't feel like saying anything at all. I didn't know. And the problem with saying I don't know in response to that question, especially with your relatives, is that their reaction can be pretty overwhelming. They didn't stop asking questions, and they started to talk about how little time I had. I started to feel pressurized and afraid of not knowing. And I have to tell you, I spent my entire middle school feeling that way. And before going to senior high school, I was asked that question once again. But this time, that person wanted me to give them 5 ideas I had for my future job. And I couldn't come up with even one. So instead, I told them my sister's plans, because I felt ashamed. I didn't want to come across as someone lazy or unmotivated. Not only that, I started to envy my sister and people around me who had their goals already figured out. And I knew I was not the only one to feel that way. I remember that one time I was sitting in a locker room with 2 of my friends, and we were totally depressed, talking about our lack of goals and plans for the future. And right now, my situation is different, because although I still don't know what I want to do, I found something that I like to do. And in my case, it's painting and drawing. And let me tell you one thing that I discovered. Whenever I found myself in front of this big empty sheet of paper, I never know how to approach my drawing. I have no idea, and guess what? That's amazing, because that means I have thousands of possibilities to explore and thousands of ways to go. At that moment, I am unlimited. My every decision is based on my experiences, intuition, sensitivity, and love. Love for what I do. And I believe life works the same way. Sometimes we don't know, but what we really need to do is open to our opportunities and possibilities, values, and most importantly, our interests and passions. Take your time finding those, and I can assure you that time spent on doing that will be much more beneficial for you instead of wasting it on stressing out. Don't feel pressurized. Allow yourself not to know. Take advantage of not knowing. Allow yourself to feel unlimited. There's this one sentence I like to repeat in my head whenever I feel a little bit unmotivated or stressed out. It's okay not to know what you want to do, as long as you feel the drive to do something, to do anything. Find it. Put your heart and soul and time into it, and let that passion fill you. And if you do that, I truly believe that you will figure everything out. Thank you.